Так, погнали. Надо поджечь, пока никто не увидел. Пока никого нет, надо поджигать.
House fire. Bad one. At least 4 Vicks. Get out there and find out what you can. The address is 650 North Hobart.
Ну, поехали. Разговоры будут? Времени не будет. Ну ладно.
That's him. That's the best we could do for policemen in the city.
Я за водителя. Раз поджег, надо еще и сбить пару человек. А чё нет?
You hear about Rancho Escondido?
Are we having a conversation, Biggs?
Okay, fuck it. Forget I.
I'm teasing you, Herschel. Tell me about it.
The new housing development's a couple of weeks from completion. Burned to the ground last night. GIs are ready to move in this weekend. Developer's gonna have some very angry customers.
Any Century unit, any Century unit. Two
Shit,
in progress,
Roger.
522
Got some
South Hill
desperate
Street,
trying to
unit
nail that
Amber
son
Code
of a
3
bitch for
identified.
years.
You're still in custody, Herschel.
Wanna bet? Fella kicked him loose already.
Это спокойно.
And hoping for misdemeanor cigarettes and matches.
Сигареты и спички к делу не пришьешь. Запомни. Хорошее управление у машины. Вот так вот, игра о детективах.
Whoa! What are you doing?
Все нормально. Номер жетона Фелпса уже можешь по памяти? 1247. Музыка орет. Но я и не трогал музыку. Она как орала, так и орет. Не знаю, что с ней не так. Давайте вот так. Привет, смех. Привет, Васарати. Себя не могу прибавить, простите. Мой ползунок не рабочий. Блин, мы что, в другой город едем или что? Чел, хоть налево смотри или направо, куда-нибудь. Здрасте. Здрасте. Простите. Простите. Я не специально. Машина не моя, так что мне в целом не жалко. Но вас поцарапать не хотел. Мяу! Волк-модник. Добрый вечер.
You guys better see this. I hope you have strong stomachs.
Ёб твою мать.
Do you have a name? Morelli, Mike, we recovered a picture of the family.
Okay. Anything else?
To be honest, I just got here, Phelps. Best you talk to Lynch. He's the expert.
Doesn't make any sense. Why aren't they scattered around like the rest of the debris?
I think they've been moved.
Moved?
I think someone moved them after the explosion and before the fire.
Can you explain that, please?
I'm almost positive the cause of death is asphyxiation due to gas inhalation. Look at the parts of their bodies that aren't scorched. The coloring around the fingertips is typical.
They wouldn't have felt a thing.
I think the fire damage is post-mortem. I think someone moved them into this room after the explosion.
It still doesn't make any sense. Why would you run into a burning building?
Как они в таких позах сидят, алё? Они мертвые, нет? Как они в
You ever
таких
think about
позах
how many
сидят?
people have died in this world? And how big heaven would have to be to accommodate them, Biggs?
No, I have not. Show some respect.
Ну, типа, они так относятся к деталям хорошо, а тут расположили их, как будто они сидят. Что это такое? Человек не может так сидеть, не напрягая мышцы. Его он свалится.
The prayer effect is from the fire. Muscles and tendons contract.
О, пояснение. Гля, пошли. Привет, Аноби.
It's our boy. I think he watches the fires. I think the Sawyer fire went wrong.
So what about the guy we have in jail, Phelps?
We got the wrong guy.
That doesn't explain why he ran into a burning building. What would make anyone do that?
Guilt.
For the fire?
For his mistake. This guy wants to burn houses, not families. He expects the houses to be empty. He was trying to redeem himself. Probably thought they'd be happier together.
You are one very disturbed individual, Phelps. I know you had it rough lately, but you should start to compartmentalize your thoughts.
He could be
Вчера
right.
немного погуглил, и оказалось, что судмедэксперт здесь вдохновлен настоящим.
Are you
Первым
telling me that some son of a
судмедэкспертом.
bitch murdered these people, the whole family, and arranged them here like Cupid dolls?
Might fit, Cole, but I don't think we could ever prove it. There's very little evidence.
Опа, рассыпался.
Evidence?
Albert, check out the hot water system. Make sure we're dealing with the same MO.
Sure, Phelps. I'll get back to you.
Leave the rest to us, Cole. You better find out what's eating Biggs.
Рассыпался. Так, а что сказано было? Что не дает покоя Биксу? Мгм.
There isn't much I can tell you right now, Cole.
Музыки нет, так что искать улики в целом бесполезно.
So something finally got to you.
You want my help, pretty boy? You got it. You keep riding me and you won't be pretty much longer.
We can get this guy, Herschel.
You think you've seen everything, Phelps? I was with the 2nd Marines at Bella Wood. The things that went on in that farmhouse. My own guys on fire, screaming for a way out. You're not gonna get this guy. There's gonna be no photos and no citations. We're gonna kill this miserable fuck. End of story. You getting this?
You remember the list from the travel agent?
Sure.
The Morellis were winners too. Their name was on that list.
Christ. We should take a look around, work the neighbors, see what they know. I'll go across the street.
Okay, I'll try this side.
I haven't done this for years.
Тоже одно дело вообще, где мы ничего не решаем
You don't
фактически.
look like a fireman, son.
Фактически ничего не решаем, и только в последней серии придем к убийце. Люблю такие
LAPD.
вещи, скобочка.
Can you tell me anything about the fire next door?
Terrible luck. Imagine after having won that weekend away.
What's your name, sir?
Foreman. Dudley Foreman.
Привет, Петр.
Did you see or hear anything that might have...
Look, we were asleep when we heard the explosion.
You didn't like Morelli, did you?
Some neighbors you get along with, some you don't. Guess they should have sold up.
What do you mean?
They're knocking down all these old houses and building a new subdivision for GIs. Morelli was being difficult.
You said someone is knocking these houses down?
Elysian Fields. You must know them. They're billboards. That Monroe character beaming down at you. We've had an offer for the house.
Did the Morellis want to sell?
I don't know.
То есть он только что сказал, что им предлагали, и такой, я не знаю.
Whatever you thought of Morelli, his whole family is dead. They couldn't have all deserved that. I want you to help me here, Foreman.
Morelli was pig-headed. He built the house himself. He didn't want to sell. Stubborn fool was ruining it for all of us.
You said the Morellis had won a weekend away to Catalina Island?
Yeah, that's right. First thing I thought after the explosion was, thank goodness they was away. But then I find out they was still in there.
Who was running the competition?
What? I don't know.
You didn't enter yourself?
I'd already agreed to sell. The competition was an incentive for those who were still thinking about it.
Сюда, 3 из 3, сюда его. Лучший детектив.
Going to church doesn't make you any more Christian than standing in a garage makes you a car.
Someone was keeping watch. Looks like they were here for quite a while. Man looks
Щиты выключить забыл, блин. Сейчас выключу. Простите, чат.
Whoever he was wearing boondockers. I would know that imprint anywhere.
Упало что-то, что ли? Все, музыка исчезла. Угу. Мы все знаем, что Харт играет по одной миссии в день, потому что гайд на 2 миссии запомнить не получается. Блин. Разгадали таки. Таки разгадали мой замысел. Нет?
Help me out.
You'd better take the neighbor's statement.
Я уже получил показания у соседа. Еще что ли надо?
Did you see anyone hanging around the Morellis' home prior to the explosion?
Nope. Can't say as I was looking out, though.
Фредзик.
You sure, Mr. Foreman? There are signs of someone hanging around over there by the fence.
Hey, now that you come to think of it, there was a guy. Kind of tall. Skinny, though.
Anything else?
Orange lumber jacket, a beat-up hat, and no hair. I thought he was the pest exterminator guy who was working around here the last few days. But that guy had hair.
Thanks for your time.
4 из 4.
Sure. Hey, if you're
Сюда.
interested, I have one of those competition flyers in the kitchen. I could get it for you if you like.
That would be great.
Any luck, Cole?
couple of things. What did you pick up?
Folded piece of paper. Looks complicated.
Japanese call it origami. Can I take a look?
Sure.
Paper crane. There's a legend about them. You fold 1,000 of these and you get a wish.
Hey, don't break it.
I'm not. I'm unfolding it. It looks like a waybill or a flyer.
For what?
Мы за Новую Калифорнию. Купим ваш старый дом за бесценок.
For Elysian Fields Developments.
Ведь ваши воспоминания в вашем доме бесценны. Как вам слоган, а? Для рекламы. Слоган для рекламы.
Oh, I see you already have one.
When did the flyer arrive in your mailbox?
They've been arriving for weeks. This one was in the mailbox when I got home from work yesterday afternoon.
Разносчик листовок. Привет, цукор.
Being decisive. Well, I'm not so sure.
Keep talking. Someday you'll say something intelligent.
I need an
Главное, сам
address for a
участие в
property
лотерее не
developer.
принимай.
Elysian Fields Developments.
One moment, detective. The address is 748 North Oxford Avenue, Wilshire. Anything else?
Messages, please.
You have a message. Contact Captain McKelty immediately.
Thanks. Can you put me through, operator?
Of course. Here you are.
Commander?
Leads on the Morelli fire.
We're about to go and visit Elysian Fields Developments.
You're about to do what? Leland Monroe. He's a personal friend of the mayor and the chief. Are you out of your mind? I'm warning you, Phelps.
Commander, we have a line of inquiry.
You have something, you bring it to me. You're hanging by a thread, Phelps. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. Have a report on my desk today.
Да мне не страшно.
This town is going straight to
Kelty
hell.
has warned us off over Elysian.
Makes sense. It's a dead end. We should check out Rancho Escondido.
You know the place.
Sure. Corner of Fountain and Wilton. Let's go.
Can you drive to this one?
Fine.
А, мы таки
Where are
можем.
we headed?
Дело о пожаре, да. Я ночью дом поджег. Думал, там никого нет. А теперь расследую. Смотрю, чтобы улики обо мне никуда не попали. Играешь с огнем? Да, играю с огнем.
You know, there are times when you really miss a nightstick. There's more religion in the end of a nightstick than in 100 cathedrals.
I'm not gonna tell you again, sir.
Don't tell me when and how I can come and go on my own property.
It is not
This is
safe,
America,
sir.
dickhead.
Now step back, or I'll lock you up for a
Smart
fray.
mouth son of a bitch.
Come on, then! That's done it, Cole. We're gonna get passing by these poor saps.
А я мастер, судя по всему.
Good thing you showed up when you did, detectives. Those folks were baying
Всю
for
ночь
blood.
тренировался, чат.
Okay, then. Let's see if there's anything left to take a look at.
Что ты там увидел?
sputters like dust. Is that normal in a fire?
You'd expect some shrinkage in the heat, but it looks like the cement barely adhered to the brick. Doesn't appear to be any wall ties either. This thing looks like it was built on the cheap.
Nice.
If we're paying a visit to Alicia and ruining my career, let's bite the bullet and get on with it.
Да подожди, а обыскать все. Алло. Типа шаг сюда и все, конец. Я все сломал, запишем. А, ну похоже, да, тут особо искать нечего. Ну, поехали. Видимо, я за рулем. Ну, поехали. Поехали, поехали. Все нормально. Починишь машину потом с последней зарплаты. Зачем тебе вообще машина на пенсии, мужик? Поэтому давай ее разобьем. Тихо. Можно было не проезжать, но да ладно. Тихо, тихо, не лезь ты, что чел. Слышь, как он меня назвал? Осуждаю. Я хороший водитель. Просто водить не умею.
Detectives Phelps and Biggs, LAPD, to see Leland Monroe.
Do you have an appointment?
We're the police, lady. We don't need an appointment.
Can I tell him what it's about?
It's an official investigation.
Oops.
There are 2 police officers here to see Mr. Monroe.
Send them through.
And that's our cue. Thanks, ma'am.
Красиво у них тут в офисе. Все стеклянное.
We would like to speak to Mr. Monroe.
I'm afraid it's impossible. Mr. Monroe's schedule is booked weeks in advance.
Cut to the chase, sister. Is he in?
I'm not at liberty to reveal that, officer.
So he hired you for your intelligence?
I find that offensive.
You have every right to.
This is getting us nowhere, miss.
Casino.
Would you like us to return with a warrant?
That won't be necessary, gentlemen. Come into my office.
Лиланд Монро.
Take a cigar. Drink, boys.
Sure, I'll have a scotch.
Biggs.
$10 000 за дом. Сейчас такое не найдешь уже. Получается, $3000 машина, это довольно дорого.
Terrible, boys. How can I help?
Так, как ты выглядишь? Спокойно, уверенно, почти недвижимо.
Elysian Fields and Suburban Redevelopment Fund flyers keep turning up in the vicinity of the fires.
They're turning up all over town, boys. Can you imagine the current demand for housing?
So that's your explanation, Mr. Monroe? Coincidence?
Explanation? Why, what's to explain? I advertise on radio and billboards for buyers, and I advertise for sellers using waybills.
А у нас вообще что-нибудь есть?
We found a family burnt out in their home. Another house burned to the ground. Another Elysian Fields flyer. Our information is that they didn't want to sell.
Are you saying that's something to do with me? Is that your point?
Point is, every time we find a family barbecue, we find one of your flyers. Is that good advertising?
What do you know about a competition for families to win free vacations to Catalina Island?
My company runs many promotions. I'm not familiar with that one.
У нас явно ничего нет, а он явно не спокоен, да?
2 families are dead, Mr. Monroe. This isn't a question of criminal liability. We're looking at conspiracy to commit murder.
You know who you're talking to, son. You want to use incendiary language like that with me? I suggest you should leave immediately.
We've made offers to buy houses in areas where fires have been recorded.
Are you suggesting that I'm burning people out of their homes so that I can sell them new ones?
What happens to your plans if a family like the Morellis refuses to sell?
We work around them. Business finds a way. That's the American way.
So it's for the greater good, then. One man standing in defiance of what you think is best for the city. I thought an American's home was their castle.
I'm not sure I like your tone, son.
Нет? Выглядело спокойно.
What's Elysian Fields' involvement in Rancho Escondido?
One of our latest housing developments. It was due to open on the weekend, or was before the unfortunate conflagration.
It met with building code regulations.
Absolutely. Only the best for our returning heroes.
Только самое лучшее.
You're lying, Monroe. There's something out of kilter about that development.
Son, I've had enough of you and your fidgety friend. There's no way in hell you can prove that my materials were inferior.
В смысле? У нас все есть. Самый лучший некачественный цемент.
I'm no expert, but I think we'll find that the bricks being used on those houses are undersized and the mortar is faulty.
And there's no wall ties connecting the masonry to the frame.
Every building is built to a budget, boys. Those buildings were inspected and fully insured by California Fire and Life. Investment of that magnitude demands it. Do you think that they'd vouch for the buildings without examining them? The arsonists, do you have any suspects?
We aren't at liberty to say.
I didn't think so. The contractors I use for waybills. You suppose it could be any of them?
Кстати, да, у меня была
I
такая
have a
мысль.
list of their names if it'd be of any help.
That would be very helpful, Mr. Monroe.
Glad to hear it. I'm always happy to help the LAPD. My secretary will provide you with that list. Did you know that I'm on the board of the police pension fund?
Как жена тварина. Это правильно было, значит.
What's the story? Any of these names ring a bell?
Знакомые имена. Нету.
Herbert Chapman is on this list.
Кто такой
Find the
Чепмен?
phone. We need to know where we're at with Chapman.
Кто такой этот ваш Чепмен? Чат, у вас есть Чепмен в чате? Нам нужно его допросить.
The boss is a fine man.
Метод научного перебора, да. Не говорите.
Did you read about the woman who stabbed her husband and then pushed him in front of the car?
Operator, give me R&I.
Who caught her?
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
О, угадал, 12:47.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you check whether we are still holding a Herbert Chapman?
Let me find out for you. He was released this morning, Detective. I'm sorry, Detective.
It's not your fault. Can you give me a last known address and put out an APB on the guy?
Агент российской разведки, действующий в США под легендой предпринимательницы русского происхождения, телеведущая, автор программы «Тайны Чапман». Не смотрел. Сейчас такая не идет. А я вот, когда не стримлю, РЕН-ТВ смотрю.
I love the chase till the minute I win it. A beautiful face till there's love for me in it.
Саня, алло.
Give me your heart and baby I'll bill it. 'Cause
Бывший напарник приперся, да? Тварина.
Buy me a drink, Cole? No. Not even for old time's sake? Not even for that. You're not gonna ask me why I'm here? I wouldn't give you the pleasure. We'll get around to it. She's in fine voice this evening. I wonder how the commander would feel
Save
about...
the threats for someone who cares about them, Roy.
You're breaking my heart, Cole. You know how I feel about you. Stay away from Elysian Fields.
I should have known that you were playing errand boy.
You and your doofus partner. You have been warned.
Thanks for your cooperation, officer.
I love you.
Stay away. You have no idea the type of people that are involved in that company.
I have a pretty good idea, Roy. The same kind of people that sent you here.
Your investigation is finished. Homicide will be taking over from here. I've heard we've had a spate of grass fires in the hills that you and that hunchback might be able to handle. Thanks for the drink, Cole.
На самом деле было бы неплохо передать дело Рою и пойти траву расследовать.
You get the message about Monroe?
Yeah, Earl delivered it. You?
McKelty. He started making noises about my pension.
Sorry about that, Herschel. I didn't mean to drag you into this.
Save it,
Мы
fellas.
справимся с тушением
Monroe's an
травы?
asswipe.
Нет, мы посмотрим.
So was Earl.
Соберем
So was
улики.
McKelty when it's all said and done.
Опросим пострадавших. Посадим невиновных. Все как обычно.
KGPL calling car 11K, 11K.
11K, go ahead.
11K, the last known address of suspect Herbert Chapman is 650 North Kingsley Drive in Wilshire.
Roger that, KGPL. 11K en route.
Let's go pick him up.
Куда ехать?
He fought at Sugar.
Можно создать и пострадавших? Ну, блин, это хорошая идея. Я об этом не думал.
I did, but I don't like to talk about it.
You come across a guy called Jack Kelso out that way?
Я
You know
об этом
Jack
не
Kelso?
думал.
He's an
Идея-то
insurance
хорошая.
investigator over at California Fire and Life. Our paths cross from time to time. For some reason, seeing you makes me think of him.
Has Jack spoken to you about his experiences on Sugarloaf or the rest of the campaign?
Jack keeps stum just like you do. I know what it feels like to get back from conflict. You gotta respect that.
Осторожней, пьяный водитель. Все с дороги. Срочно. Ой, простите. Простите. Не хотел сильно бить. Твоему права? Какие права? Что за права? Шеф, куда гоним? На квартиру к подозреваемому. Я так подозреваю.
We're looking for Herbert Chapman.
I'm looking for him too. I need him to move his car so I can mow the lawn.
He's definitely not here.
I've been banging on his door off and on for a couple of hours. Yeah, he's out somewhere. There's some kind of problem.
Let's take a look at the car.
Are you drunk, mister? Or are you just cracked?
Let's see what he's hauling around.
Под дробаш. Бронебойники, ни хрена.
We should revise the APB. He's clearly armed.
Ну, это изображение. Пикчи. Тут все понятно. Ничего подозрительного.
Definitely gives him opportunity.
Поджигайка. От москитов. Ну или чтобы поджечь дом. Что у него с рукой? Видали чат? Кек. У вас тоже руки так себя ведут? Когда вы это указываете вперед такой. Га! А сейчас нормально. Странно. Что-то еще, да? Что?
So, you're gonna see your married man?
Что-то я не нашел. Открыть надо, наверное.
Motive, opportunity, and hard evidence.
Какие такие веские доказательства? Мотив, может быть. Возможность, да. А какие веские доказательства? Какие тут веские доказательства, чат? Я что-то не понимаю.
Holy cool. There he is. It's Chapman. He's coming out of the laundromat. Shit. He's seen us.
Cops! Again!
Son of a bitch. He must have caught the trolley. We gotta move fast, Cole. I'll call this in, get some cars dispatched. Car 11K calling KGPL.
Go ahead, 11K.
11K requesting assistance. In pursuit of suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar. Currently heading east on Melrose Avenue. Advise all units. Suspect is in control of car and driving dangerously.
Roger, 11K. All units, officers need assistance on Melrose Avenue. A suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar.
Если я разгоняюсь, кстати, он тоже разгоняется. Забавно. А если я торможу, он тоже тормозит.
Stay on his ass, Cole. Don't lose him.
Блин, я разгоняюсь на максималку, и он тоже топит прям. Это забавно.
See if he can damage one of the wheels. Might act like a brake and slow the thing down. Hold him tight, Cole. As soon as he ditches the tram, we'll be there to grab him. Look, Cole, the side plate's gone. Get me closer. End of the line, you little prick. Come on, Cole.
Чел. Повезло. Бросай оружие, чел. Бросай оружие. Ладно. Все, сдых. Два в колено и сдых.
Well done. I'm not so sure. Chapman seemed to have his own agenda. There seems to be more to this than a personal vendetta.
What are you talking about?
The fires benefit Elysian in some way. I don't see Chapman and Monroe working together.
You have a point. The evidence is good for Chapman. Hard to be worrying about his side of the story when he's blasting away with that big 45.
Такой точность даже он не достиг. Все нормально. Мы стреляли как планировали. Мы хотели его запугать, но не вышло.
Nice work, gentlemen. Put yourself at considerable risk stopping that trolley and probably saved a lot of lives. Anyone else but you, Phelps, and you'd be up for a bravery award. We've had our eyes on that slippery son of a bitch Chapman for as long as I can remember. I couldn't be happier than
Это что, все дело, что ли?
I hope this puts to bed that crazy stuff you had going about Leland Monroe. What were you thinking, Phelps? We'll be calling Richard Nixon a crook next.
Это же легендарный оперативник Себастьян Кастельванус. Да, он уже как все домой приходит.
A letter from Lou. His insurance policy named me beneficiary.
Наносит урона стрельбой меньше, чем прицельным броском пистолета в лоб.
You worked for Elysian?
The roof that he was working on collapsed.
It's a very generous settlement. Elsa, I'd like you to do something for me. I think there's something dirty about Elysian Fields.
What has that got to do with Lou?
I want you to reject this settlement. I want you to go and see an investigator named Jack Kelso and ask him to make some inquiries about Lou's case.
Isn't this police work?
Do you want to find out what happened to Lou?
Why would he help this Kelso?
Jack won't be able to help himself if he smells a rat.
He's a friend of yours?
He hates my guts. Elsa, you could take this money and let them get away with it, or we could get Jack's help and do something about it.
Why not be honest with this man, Cole? He deserves your honesty if you want his help.
Believe me, Elsa, I'd like to level with him. I really would, but it's too late. Years too late.
Все дело, да? Да в смысле $600, алло? В смысле $600? Мы там поцарапали парочку всего. Ну, может, троечку или четверо. А городу, что мы городу сделали? Ничего, подумаешь, по трамваю постреляли, да там на $100 не будет. За что? Может, сбили толпу школьников? Ужасно. Ужасно. Чую, мы движемся к финалу, чат. Редзик. Мы движемся к финалу. Но он будет не сегодня. Он будет когда-нибудь завтра, наверное. Но это не точно. Поэтому мы сейчас отключаемся на 2 минуты и возвращаемся. Настолько плохой человек, что наносишь городу ущерб просто фактом своего проживания в нем. Ну, может, не завтра, неважно. Неважно. Меня не очень уважают в участке, кстати. Ладно, чат, 2 минуты и возвращаемся.